Okay, welcome to my video review or comparison of the Seiko SARB035 automatic on the left and the Grand Seiko SBGX 063 Quartz on the right. I'm comparing these two watches because, well, one, I've got them, and two, they're very similar watches, i.e. they are clean dialed, similar sized, whitish silver dress watches, I suppose, but at very different price levels, and I'm lucky enough to have both. The Grand Seiko on the right is a recent acquisition, so it's going to be less scratched up than the SARB on the left, which I've been wearing for 5 or 6 years. And I just thought this video might be helpful for people either wanting to know what the main differences between these two models are, or between the SARB series and the Grand Seiko series. Perhaps if you're looking to upgrade and want to know whether it's worth it. The price difference of both these watches is quite considerable. I bought the SARB on the left from one of the three major Japanese domestic market watch sellers over the internet 6 or so years ago, and I think I paid around £300 plus taxes at the time. I recently got the Grand Seiko in April 2014, and it was off eBay. I paid £900 for it, and the import charges from Japan to the UK were around £160, and then of course the great handling fee of £30 on top of that. So that came to about £200 on top of the £900, so £1,100 or thereabouts. Both beautiful watches. Of course, the Grand Seiko is a slightly high quality, or much high quality, I suppose. Similar size dials. The SARB is 38mm and the Grand Seiko is 37, so slightly smaller. So if I just zoom in a bit, I can try and compare them in better detail. So I'd say the SARB on the left is an off-white, while the Grand Seiko on the right is, well, it's described as silver, but I'd say it's more of a champagne colour most of the time. I think you can see that here, although in certain light it can be more silverish. And I'm actually reviewing these watches. I'm making this video underneath an indoor light, so you know, they would look a bit different out in the daylight. I don't know if you can see, but the Grand Seiko is so beautifully polished that the indices here are reflecting a whole range of colours off the kind of surrounding environment, and it's really quite mesmerising to behold. It's almost kind of a rainbow effect. So similar faces. Of course, the SARB has got luminous paint on the hands, whereas the Grand Seiko doesn't, but it's made to such a high quality that it does really capture a lot of light. Of course, you won't be seeing it in the dark. And I've been lucky because I do believe some Grand Seikos, some of the Quartzes, the second hand doesn't quite match up with the second indices, but I think these are pretty much spot on, more or less. So just to show you the bracelets, pretty similar, but obviously the Grand Seiko is of a higher quality. And if I flip them over, got the Grand Seiko symbol on the back here, ferocious lion, and we've got a clear case on the back of the SARB. I think actually the SARB is probably a little thicker than the Grand Seiko. I don't know if you can see that. That probably has to take into account the mechanics of the mechanical watch and the slightly fatter glass, it seems. But there we go, both beautiful watches. I'll certainly be wearing them for the rest of my days, I hope. Probably the Grand Seiko a bit more. And there we have it. I'll just finish up by showing you what they look like on the wrist. And you can see the date on the SARB is slowly changing over because it's nearly, it's nearly 11 o'clock at night. The Grand Seiko, I believe, changes around pretty much instantaneously on 12. This is actually the correct date. And there we have it. So if you have any questions, please send me them by commenting on this video below. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this comparison video. Thanks very much.